need to remember those moments in life where you thought that you had nothing, that you thought there was nothing left, that you thought it was over in your darkest moment, but God somehow brought you through it, and that you learned from that moment. So today I'm technically due for chest, supposed to do chest. I don't know how it's gonna do given the shoulder injury. Also, bro, I wanted to point this out. Some people were saying that because I'm taking the BPC, that I'm not allowed to say that I'm natural anymore because it's banned by WADA, which is like, I guess that natural organizations see what's on that to determine what's banned. Caffeine at one point was banned until I believe 2003 from WADA, and so was marijuana. So if you have smoked marijuana or if you've taken caffeine before 2003, you would classify as not natural in that sense. So I think it's still natural. It's not gonna build me any more muscle size. It's not gonna help me lose any fat. It's not gonna change any of my physical appearance, so therefore it's not physically misleading. So I'm still gonna say natural. It's naturally attainable. So yes, I think I'm gonna warm up with pull-ups. I haven't done them in a while. I wanna do the weighted ones. I'll probably do one set non-weighted, just like 10, see how it feels, and then I'll try some weighted ones. Those are clean and easy. The weighted vest definitely helps.
I'm gonna have 7 to 10 people that I'm having to actively train. It's already hard to hire one person and train them like this here. I'm in the trenches with him to train them to do that. So doing that with like
trying to do them explosive, so I can train for muscle up. So I'm not swinging. I'm just. I didn't quite explain what I was doing over on the chest fly variation, but for some reason it just did not hurt my shoulder. So I held it really pronated, so thumbs closer to being down. I held it on the end of the cable and I used it as a sort of press fly variation. Another big tip is I make sure my lower back was on the pad, and then I also crunch down so that my chest is forward. You get a way better contraction and stretch on your chest when you do it like that. Like you can even go, if you go on a pull-up bar, you want to get a good stretch to like for a warm-up, hang from a pull-up bar, but don't just hang from it, crunch forward a little bit. You'll feel a big stretch in your chest here. So that whole movement I was trying to say crunch forward, I was going through the stretch and the contraction. And then again, the tip I always talk about is to roll your lats forward. So I'm not keeping everything back and down when I'm coming together. I'm using my lats to push them forward at the same time. You get an even better contraction on your chest, and it always helps you get out more reps. So I should have explained that over there, but I was kind of locked in. Now we're doing a really light incline hammer press. I'm surprised my shoulder's allowing me to do this today, but I haven't trained chest in a minute, so I'm gonna do what I can and just kind of get a pump. So I'm just doing a plate. Oh. It's freezing cold because I have the door open, but just finishing out. My chest or my shoulders starting to kind of get a little tight, like tender. So I'm gonna stop training chest and I'm gonna do a little bit of triceps. So I'm just gonna do one arm extensions. A little bit of ego lifting. Shoulders starting to get a little bit tight, so there's not much more I can do for chest. Even trying to do tricep extensions, I can feel it like, hurt a little, and I'm not gonna go, the fact that I was able even to do a little bit of chest stuff, I'm gonna take it. I think I might, like for being faster now, I feel like my physique looks pretty good. I think I'm weighing, I haven't weighed myself in a minute, but if I had to guess based on how I look, I'm gonna say I'm like 180, 179 morning weight, but I still feel like I look good. Like I feel like I got a little bigger, so yeah. I'm gonna go break my fast and eat. All right, y'all, we're gonna go on a little walk. I hate having to react and respond to stuff like this just because it's so not me, it's so toxic, and I just hate making content, even having to address it. But it's like getting to the point where I don't know, it's just affecting how I view even like this industry in general, and it's just really like, I'm gonna just get to the point. I keep seeing again this whole narrative of trying to like shit on me, in. Specifically, these Snapchat shows are going crazy. I just watched one that was really bad. They are picking everything apart that they possibly could about me to just talk extremely negative and paint really bad things about me. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect influencer. I've messed up plenty of times in my career on this platform, but it's like all of a sudden, I guess now, ever since this whole Andrew Eubanks thing, that like people think that me and the most trending person right now have beef, which we don't. So I guess they feel like I'm like the villain in the story or something. And I really just don't get it. This video I just specifically saw on Snapchat. Again, these guys are making like 6 figures a month, and they have to have like really dramatic videos where people will click through everything because they make money from the ads. And they said how that I called out Sam Sulek, and they showed that video where I said how like people could possibly be more influenced to take gear because of his, you know, type of physique and training. And again, I'm not saying he promotes gear usage at all, because he doesn't. But then in the same video, I admired him and I gave him props for having an awesome type of content that is different and refreshing to the industry, where he reminds me almost like a new Rich Piana. Those are really big compliments, but they won't show that. They'll clip up a small little bit of it, put it in the video, say Alex Eubank is calling out Sam Sulek, and then it makes me look bad. And I'm like, bro, I didn't call him out whatsoever. I never had any issue with him at all. And then after that, the same freaking Snapchat show, they talk about, oh, and now people aren't looking up to him anymore because he's no longer natty and came clear about injecting himself. I'm like, bro, because of the BPC. If you guys don't know, BPC 157, I'm taking an injectable peptide into my shoulder, which I'm not even taking it anymore, to heal my labrum, because I have a torn labrum and I keep dislocating my shoulder, and I'm not trying to get surgery. And the reason they say it's not natural is because it is banned by WADA. But yet, caffeine up to a certain amount was banned in I think it was 2003 or 2004 where they reversed it. So technically, if you took caffeine a certain amount before then, you'd be under the same classification as me taking BPC now. So it's also not natural. So you can't really go by WADA standards, I feel like. In any way, the BPC 157 doesn't even impact my physique in any way, shape, or form. I still have the same physique as I did before. My physique is still attainable naturally, and I'll always like continue to say that. But it's like they're trying to twist it and be like, he lied about being unnatural for a long time and he's injecting himself. He's no longer natural. He has beef with Sam Sulek. But it's like all these different things at once, and I'm just like, oh my lord. It's like you see so much negativity, and like I try to ignore and not talk about it because I don't like drama. I don't like creating content responding to drama. But it's like at a point I have to like defend myself, and like that's where I'm getting at now, where I feel the need to have to defend myself, and like almost I kind of need people to help me defend myself now, because I feel like now people are really starting to believe these things about me that are really negative. And I don't care about whatever the clout, the money, any of that. I just hate the fact that when I do these meet and greets and I have these kids come up to me saying that I helped inspire them, for them to see this type of content, because they are younger, so they might really believe it, and then they'll be like, oh, he was a fake this entire time, like he isn't who he says he is, like all this stuff. And then that to me is what I'm worried about. That hurts my heart. People in today's society just gravitate towards negativity, towards toxic shit, and that's what gets the views. That's what gets the views, and it's like, it's so discouraging to me. I don't know. Again, I'm not perfect, bro. I feel like I have to double think everything that I say, because I'm like, yo, how can they find a way to like turn this against me? But yeah, I'm not trying to speak negatively about anyone specifically, but it's more so the people in the community, in the content and the stuff that they consume, that I'm just extremely worried about. And I'm like, bro, why do you guys enjoy watching and feeding off of this negative shit? Like, you could put so much like more effort into things in your life that are positive. Like, why not do that? And again, maybe some of it is needed. Yeah, maybe I'm not the most perfect, best influencer or whatever. I've tried to do a good job with this thing for the most part. My new favorite restaurant, really close to the gym and the new townhouse that I'm gonna be getting in. I'll explain that a little bit. This place is fire though. It's farm to table. I had a ribeye here the other day. It was the best steak I've ever had in my entire life by far. Like literally 10 out of 10. And I rarely do. I went to a Ruth Chris I complained about, hated it. Came here, farm to table, literally so close to the gym. Loved it, in love with it. The sauces, everything was perfect. So trying a New York strip this time. And then I'm trying their burgers. Their burgers, it's apparently burger night, so the burgers are half off free. I'll try it out. But yeah, so update on the homeless situation. I got approved for a townhouse, thankfully. That's like pretty close to the gym. It's within 15 minutes away, so it works out pretty perfectly. It's a cool little like development that's new. They have like fitness center, like nice places to walk and whatnot, so I figured that would be better. It is a little bit more than I wanted to pay, because when you do a 6-month lease, they add a premium. So they had to add like more money, and I thought it was only be $500. I think they added like, I don't know, 800 or something more. It's hard to get a 6-month lease in a place anyways. So got that. So once we move in on Wednesday, this will be the first time of me moving into my own spot by myself, like just me. You know what I mean? So that should be interesting. But it'll definitely beat living in the gym. It's been fun, like staying in the gym, but it definitely gets weird when you don't have like your own space all the time. New Elysium, this hoodie is phenomenal. This will be later December drop. I want your guys' help though on these ripped hoodies and crew necks. I'm sure you guys saw in the one video, the last video, I wore like a pink purple crew neck that was ripped up. Let me know what colors you guys think would go really well with this. And should we change the text? Should we change, you know, like the font of the Elysium? Should we put no font and let's do like a really minimalistic logo? Like, let me know what you guys think because I want your guys' feedback. Because going into the new year, I definitely want to do a lot more like customized, like limited high-end fabrics and stuff like that. Because like you don't see that stuff around often. I want to make it more unique. I obviously still do like our, you know, day-to-day hoodies, joggers, oversized tees, but I want to like have a line that's more of that like hype beast type of like where I'm taking inspiration from like brands that I really like and then trying to mimic it, but obviously not make it as expensive as some of these brands like Prada, Gucci, Balenciaga, all that. So yeah. All right, so we got a ribeye, we got a burger, fry test real quick. Because I really, this is probably my new favorite restaurant. So I think a prime rib is a better cut than a New York strip. We're gonna try it. They have this banging sauce, but I don't know if it's like a bone broth base or what. We're gonna try it without the sauce first. Phenomenal. And then the bite with I put it in both. So good. Prime rib is a better cut. I'll give the prime rib a 10. This is like a 9. I don't like New York strip as much. They said the burger's half off. That means this thing is like $9. $9 burger.
Everything come out looking okay?
No.
Okay. And we only
That's
the
amazing.
steaks.
So good. I don't even want to tell you all the restaurant name. I'm gatekeeping. Amazing. I'm gonna let Joey get his shit. I killed the cheeseburger and my steak before Joey was even halfway done with his steak. And this restaurant is just freaking like, I'm not even, bro. I was gonna try and save it and like chill on the cows, but today's just gonna be my cheat meal. I'm not eating anything for the rest of the night. I wanna try one of the desserts though, to solidify. I called Steve, my manager, and I was like, what's the best steak you ever had? He was like, that ribeye you had with me the other night. I'll tell you guys right now. The vibe here is just so fire too. I love this place. I'm so happy that this is right down the street from the gym. I'm a happy camper, bro. It's not even expensive either. This banana bread pudding, I think this has got to be my new, it's like a cinnamon, it's like a fall bread pudding. And this has to be the best thing I put in my mouth. All right, so I got these antlers for the holidays for the Mercedes. Tell me this ain't the hardest thing y'all ever seen in your life. Yeah, that might be the, yeah. In a Maybach truck with antlers on, Abby? That really might be the best, I ain't gonna lie. I'm just in my gym at night, training right now. I put the headphones on because I want to just like dial in. I don't even have like the sound system playing or anything. And it's kind of late at night, it's like 10 p.m. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like a lot of the times while I'm training here, it reminds me how like blessed I am and all the gratitude that I can have from this whole social media thing. And then it brings me back to like, bro, I remember being in like middle school and high school and always being like, kind of like the odd one out of like all the groups. And like, I always felt isolated and like I never exactly fit in. And like the only thing that I had, which back when I was in high school wasn't nearly as big as it is now, was like the whole lifting thing. Like I just went to the gym. There wasn't a lot of people at that time in my high school were going to the gym. So at the time I was like one of the biggest guys in my school when I was really bulked up and whatnot. And as much of the odd one out I always stayed true to myself, and I never tried to be somebody that I was not. And although because of that kind of made me feel like a little bit of an outcast, and I wasn't able to be, you know, the tight one in all the friend groups, and I was kind of like the last option to be invited to anything, whatever. It ended up working out for me perfectly. I mean, this entire career that I've been able to kind of have from this stuff I never would have thought in my life that this stuff could all happen. And it just goes to show that like you got to be set apart from the crowd. You know, there's too many sheep in today's generation. Like, don't feel the need to be like everybody else. But I remember actually Halloween party I didn't even get invited to it. I got invited as a bodyguard to a Halloween party in my high school. And I remember being there. It was the first party I ever went to. And I felt so so out of place. And like, it was like the fact that I was just, because I was like a big guy, I was there to be like a not bodyguard, I was like there to like let people in or not let people in or whatever. It was like I didn't get seen as being invited just for being who I was. Looking back at Alex back then, I'm so proud of him for staying true to himself and not trying to be somebody that he was not, just to try and fit in with the crowd. You know what I mean? So I encourage you, if you are like that, or you relate to that anyway, to stay true to yourself, bro. It will always work out. And for those trying to fake this shit, the phonies always come out at the end of the day, bro. Trust. So you'll be good. Just stay true to yourself. By the way, Elysium hoodies, fire. These are the best hoodies we've done to date. It's just like they're not like the other hoodies we usually do. We usually do like soft ones. This is like a French terry fabric, so it's not gonna make you sweat like crazy. It just, bro, tell me, it makes you look a little bit bigger. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the way it's fitted, I feel like makes my upper body still look kind of like swole even with the hoodie on. This is a bar. The design's just fire. Favorite hoodies we've done. I know I say that all the time. We haven't do, but this is new. This is from a whole new manufacturer, new prints. Like this is fire. I'm excited to drop these. This is December's drop. Alright, so I got a portable ice bath. So I got it off Amazon. It's really like inexpensive. It's like $100. You can see right here. It's like a blow up ice bath. I figured with the new townhouse, because I have my other ice bath at the Elysium gym, like my big one, that we would try doing this again, getting back into it in the mornings. I feel like I got a good view to look out to. So it's pretty easy. Literally, it's like an inflatable one, and then you just put water and ice into it, and then because it's already kind of cold out, it should hold it pretty good. So whoa, this is OD. Alright, go be. Bro, this is my first time doing it in a minute. I gotta acclimate. My body's gotta turn my fat into brown fat, which burns. Which burns heat. It's pretty good though. My dopamine will be higher after it. Your dopamine increases from this stuff. I can't go under shoulder. I can't. There's no way. I just can't. I gotta ease into it. This is my first time doing it in a minute. I gotta chill. I just took the Superhuman Focus to do a non-gaming or just to do a work thing, just to work with Elysium with manufacturers and samples. And I just dialed in. I was setting 20-minute timers so I could take a break, and I didn't even need the break. 20-minute timer hit instantly. It's like restarted it, and then it hit, and it was like time just flew by. I was in such a good flow state, and I got like the two things I had to get done. I had to basically go through and make like a whole document of like all the logos we've ever done, kind of organize them a little bit, and then send out logos to the suppliers for samples that we're trying to run and get some samples of and whatnot. I got the unit prices back on them freaking ripped crew necks and ripped hoodies, and they are bread, and they're bread, and it's bread before even having to ship them, and they're heavy, so I already know it's gonna be stomach expensive. So like I don't know if I can do them because of how expensive they are, or if I end up doing them, we'll just make it extremely limited run, like, and just we'll have to make it those specifically more expensive. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta figure out if I'm gonna even do them anymore. I really want to. I'll probably do them. We'll probably do a limited run, so it'll be more exclusive. It's 1 a.m. in the morning, but I need to get home and go to sleep. I was so dialed, I didn't even realize what was going on. But yeah, I came here tonight to go have a little leg day. Oh, we're going to Tennessee. So I think Monday we're gonna drive down to Nashville. Going to Nashville. What's funny is I posted me singing a song, something in the orange, and people were showing mad love. Like hella love was. I was surprised at the feedback. Everyone was like I've been someone who I always like sang and play guitar just for like fun as like a hobby, and I've never done it in front of like other people just because I was always nervous to. But for some reason, just it started out as like for me doing my worship music. It's like a form of worship, but I love country as well. I love singing country, and I don't know, it was just easier doing it through a phone. Obviously in person I can't really do that, but I was getting a lot of good feedback. People were showing love. But I've been meaning to go out to Nashville and hang out with some friends over there, so I was like, let's just send it. So we're gonna go next week. Yeah, who knows? People were telling me maybe we'll end up meeting someone. We'll drop a little song or something like that. That's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and sub. Turn that bell on so you guys are always up to date when I upload again. Yo, I appreciate y'all real quick. If you've been rocking with me and you continue to keep rocking with me despite all this stuff going on against me, I appreciate you. I genuinely do. And I hope that that nothing, I don't know, I just appreciate you, and I hope God blesses you. and I don't know. I feel like God's really working in my life right now. We should talk about that real quick before I end this. I feel like God's really working in my life. There's been times in my life where I felt really uncertain about things, of where my life, my direction was going, and right after that was a crazy miracle, almost like movement of God. Like I was just so blessed. I got blessed tenfold. Like I remember when I was at like a really bad point in my life, I don't know, 2 years ago, and I thought like social media for me was cut. Thought it was raps, and after that came the biggest like love in my like biggest support, biggest growth and stuff in my life. So for me, when I go through hard times or whatnot, I just look back on that, and so that goes for anybody and anything, bro. If you're going through something difficult in life, just realize that you need to remember those moments in life where you thought that you had nothing, that you thought there was nothing left, that you thought it was over in your darkest moment, but God somehow brought you through it, and that you learned from that moment. Because for me personally, yeah, I've been through a lot of like, I don't know what, breakups, hardships, whatnot, and when you're in that moment, when you're in the, this is what we're gonna bring it back to the lion's den. When you're in the lion's den, right, it feels like it's just dark and lonely. Like it feels like it really can't get any worse. But when you have faith to persevere through those moments, when you come like Daniel in the lion's den, right, and you're able to have faith, God will bring a blessing, and God will show you how you had to go through that for him to bring the blessing. And then now when I look back on those hardships, I'm like, dang, God really was moving, and I'm happy he made me go through those things. If I could go back in time and change it, I wouldn't, because it made me the man I am today. So just remember that if you're going through anything, bro, and it's getting difficult, just have faith, bro. Have faith. It'd be like Daniel in the lion's den. I'm telling you, it is worth it, and you'll get through it, bro. And that's what I'm doing this time around, is I'm trusting in God. No matter how hard or how difficult anything gets, I trust in God. I know he'll have a blessing for me here soon. Even if he doesn't, bro. That's what we gotta remember. Even if he doesn't, God is still good, even when he doesn't bless me. I pray for you guys to be blessed. Rock with me. All right. Love y'all. Each and every one of y'all. Till next time. Peace out.